I'm Mike Sullivan, and today I'd like to give you just one simple tip, something you can do to help you hit your driver straighter and longer. Okay, so I want to make this super simple, not too technical, but something you can do to help you hit your driver straighter and longer. So whenever we're talking about hitting the driver, hitting it straighter, we're almost always talking about getting rid of the slice. That's what most people are doing. So right-handed golfer, the ball goes off to the right, okay? I'm gonna do my best to imitate the driver swing that I see out here on the practice range, okay? So watch this, and watch the finish in particular. Watch how my lower body is going to work here. So you'll see at the end of my swing, my back foot is still, I wouldn't say, it's definitely not planted on the ground, but my heel has not come up much. And you can see my hip is in between my feet. Okay, so you're never going to see a tour player hit a full shot of any kind where their hip ends up here. I shouldn't say never, there'll always be an exception, but for the most part, you're almost always going to see their back hip, so for me, my right hip, move all the way onto the top of my front leg. Okay, so what's happening is my center of my body is moving forward a little bit, and then my lead hip gets out of the way, and I come through like this. It's the same exact motion as if you were going to skip a stone, right? So I would recommend, if you can, stand up if you're not already standing, and just pretend you have a stone in your hand and just kind of flip it out there like this. Just like that. Then, you know, take a swing. If you've got a club, use a club. If not, then just pretend to have a club and see what that does. You can even get a feeling that you're going to take the club and toss it out there. Right? Okay, and then we want to talk about getting a feel for swinging a club by transferring our weight the right way, moving our pressure forward the right way. Try it without your driver, try it with your sand wedge. So I'm going to grab my sand wedge, and I want to make this really easy. So you're, you know, if you're struggling with your driver and you're hitting that slice and you know you're not getting on your front side, instead of trying to put all this pressure on yourself to do it with your driver, use your shortest club and tee it up. So I'm going to put the ball on a tee. I'm making this really friendly, and I've teed it up, you know, I've teed it up a good amount. Like, I would never actually hit a shot with an iron this way, but I want to see if I can go ahead and get myself to make the same motion where my lower body's moving towards the target, and then my trail hip gets out on top of that front leg. And I'm really just thinking about tossing a ball sidearm. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. So, you know, obviously my habit is a little bit, you know, I'm habitually getting over this way, and I realize if you're watching this, you may not be. But I've worked with people this week, as a matter of fact, where we identified that the person was just not moving their weight onto their front foot. And so what we did was we had them work with swinging a club one-handed and feeling like they're going to toss the club out there in front of them down the fairway. So what that's going to do is not only help you get on your front side, it's going to help you with your club head speed overall because you're sequencing better. It's more athletic, it's more efficient, but also, look at this. When I get my weight to my back foot, see how the club wants to swing? Out to in. When I get weight on my front foot, the club wants to swing more from the inside. So sometimes, in order to help you hit your driver better, the thing that everyone really wants, you can learn the right skills by working without a club or working with a much shorter club, okay? So if you can't hit a really good pitch shot, you really can't expect to hit a great drive, all right? So work on that. Getting on the front side, trail hip on top of that front leg, and when you can do it with your wedge, then go to the driver. I hope that helps, and I will see you next time.